Good evening. My name is Terry Black, and tonight we're going to talk about the job future study for accounting. First, I want to congratulate you on exploring your career options, particularly in accounting, which is a fast-growing field that allows for the balance of career and family. We're going to talk a little bit about what's all involved and how do you determine which path is best for you. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Terry Black, and I'm a Reading Area Community College graduate. I just graduated in June of 2015. I've worked in accounting in all different fields over the last 20 years and have worked with everybody from folks in from the street to managers all the way up to controllers and senior financial officers. So tonight what we're going to talk about tonight is what are career paths and certifications in accounting? And what exactly is accounting? What type of flexibility is there? Are there educational requirements, which there are? What about the salary? Let's talk about the money part of it. So accounting is the language of business. It consists of accountants, bookkeepers, and clerks, and their job is to maintain, classify, and compute data to assist businesses and organizations achieve its financial goals. The purpose of accounting is not necessarily mean to become a certified public accountant, and of all the questions that I receive when I talk to people about what I do and why am I getting my degree in accounting, it's to become a CPA. And people are quite shocked when they say, well, when I say there's more to being an accountant than a CPA, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. Okay, now on this next slide, we're going to talk a little bit about accounting jobs and opportunities. And as you can see, I've separated them into four main categories: auditing, analysis, finance, and management. And we're going to talk a little bit about each of those categories. In the auditing field, what that's going to entail is those are your internal auditor positions and examiner positions. Those are the folks that are going to check an accountant's work. So you might want to say those are your accountants. And then you have the analysis portion, which you're going to find your consultants, your tax accountants, those types of folks who will go in and they will take a look and give you recommendations as a business owner or as an organization on how to interpret your financial data to optimize it to achieve financial goals or growth, those types of things. The next category we have is finance. And now you're starting to get into your executive level positions with your chief financial officers, which are also known as CFOs. And then finally we have your management folks. Now these are what you're going to see more as a more traditional accountant role or accounting role. There's your bookkeepers, your staff accountants, and the like. Now, depending on what education level you achieve will determine where you fall at in your career as an accountant. Okay, on our next slide, we're going to talk a little bit about education. And when you get into the profession of accounting, where you're entrusted with other people's funds and their financial reporting, education becomes critical. So you've got varying degrees now. So if you have a high school diploma, your options are really limited. You may get a position as a clerk, something along those lines, but chances are you're going to need higher education, such as an associate, bachelor, or some type of advanced education. With your associate's degree, you could pursue a position as a clerk, which is a good thing because in Pennsylvania, and the Pennsylvania Department of Labor stat lists clerk as the 12th highest high priority position in Pennsylvania. In your bachelor's degree, you're going to need to get 120 credits of college level work with 30 to 36 in accounting field, depending on what college you go to. And those, when you're starting to get into, you become more of a management, office manager, assistant controller, staff accountant. And then when you get into your advanced education, when you start thinking about moving into the executive level or starting to be able to work independently with the general public, such as a certified public accountant or CPA, or looking at the management of the financial flow as a certified management accountant, that's where we're going to talk about your advanced degrees, which we're going to go over in a minute. And in our next slide, you're going to see 4 certifications that are also critical. Now, with these certifications, combined with your advanced level of education, different certifications have different requirements. And one of the most stringent is the Certified Public Accountants, but don't be despair. If you're in college or starting to pursue your bachelor's degree, you're almost there. In Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Institute of Certified Public Accountants, or PICPA, requires you to have 24 credits in accounting, business law, finance or tax, 12 credits in accounting, you have to have a total of 150 credit hours, and that includes all your undergraduate and your advanced education. You'll then have to pass an exam, which is a multi-part exam. And you also need to have a 1 year or 1,600 hours of work experience. Now, to become a CMA, those have requirements too. You must have your bachelor's degree. You must have a lot of foundational accounting experience. You also need to have 2 years of solid work experience and also pass an exam. And finally, we have our Certified Public Bookkeeper. Now, that is probably the least well known, and that's administered by the National Association of Certified Public Bookkeepers. And what to achieve that certification, you have to pass the exam, possess a certificate or associate's degree or bachelor's degree in accounting. Then you also have to have 24 hours of certified professional certification each year. And then you can become your certified public bookkeeper. Now here's the good news. As of August 2014, the Center for Workforce Information and Analysis report of Berks County that the job growth in accounting is very, very strong. CPA is ranked top in both business and business services and real estate, finance, and insurance. They're anticipating a 13% increase in accounting, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, an 11% increase for bookkeepers. And now when we talk about the money, CPA, the average salary is $63,000 a year. A certified management accountant, or CMA, is $100,000, and a bookkeeper is $37,000. So in conclusion, you can see there are many opportunities for you to become whatever you desire in the accounting field. What you want to be sure of is that your education is directly tied to your level of earnings and certifications that you can achieve. Now at this point, I'd like to open up the floor for any questions that you may have.